So welcome to Istanbul Airport, where I'm about to fly on Turkish Airlines economy in their most common aircraft, the Airbus A321-200. With 72 of these planes, it's the workhorse of their short-haul fleet and comes equipped with a lot of features you wouldn't find on many short-haul airlines, like a full meal service and in-flight entertainment screens. Turkish Airlines are actually the only airline in the world to serve over 100 countries, and they serve the most international destinations of any airline, half of which I've never heard of. But today, I'm just heading to plain old Zurich, where I'll be connecting onto London with Helvetic Airways. There was still some time before our flight, so we explored the airport for a bit and headed to the IGA lounge. It wasn't included with the ticket, so I'll only share it briefly in this video, but I'll release a full review in the coming weeks. Our gate, D3, was luckily located very close to the main area, so it was just a short walk. And as our plane was pulling up, I caught a glimpse of the infamous Scat Airlines in the background. Then, as our boarding time came and went, they suddenly announced a gate change. So me and 200 other people on our full flight rushed across the airport to gate A3. The only reason they gave for the gate change was a technical issue, and annoyingly it meant a 1 hour plus delay. Eventually, we started boarding about 10 minutes after we were supposed to depart, and I made my way to my seat, 17A, which incidentally I had paid £11 for at the time of booking. But the seat reservation mysteriously disappeared when I went to check in, and they prompted me to pay for the seats again. I contacted Turkish support and they said they had no record of my reservation, so I had to pay £11 again to reserve. Not impressed, and I plan to claim it back. Anyway, here's the route and stats for today's flight. Now, onto the seat review. Legroom is great, though at 5'6", legroom isn't usually an issue for me. Looking online, I think the seat has a pitch of 31 inches and a width of 18 inches, and the leather cushions were well padded, so it was on the comfier side. And overall, the entire cabin was kept clean and in good condition, though I later found out the audio on my seat was broken. But annoyingly, there was no power socket, and they've covered up where the USB port would usually be.
The aisle when stowing your hand luggage in the overhead bin.
A pretty good movie and TV selection, though I didn't actually watch anything, as again, the audio on my seat was broken. The flight map was good though, and it showed a lot of information which I appreciate. But the touchscreen was also quite unresponsive, as I think it's just a bit outdated due to being on a 10-year-old plane.
to welcome you aboard Turkish Airlines flight to Zurich Floating Airport. My name is Sedatun and I'm the cabin chief. We will be...
Now about 45 minutes late, we're still sitting at the gate, but the safety video starting is a hopeful sign. And safe to say, it's one of the blandest safety videos in the world. I prefer when an airline actually makes an effort to create a unique safety video. Like Vietnam Airlines, for example, who have the best safety video in the world.
But laptops and larger devices must be stowed in their cases. Please read the safety card in your seat pocket. Make sure you...
The meal service started 40 minutes into the flight, and I chose meatballs with the other choice being vegetarian pasta. Most European airlines will only offer a water bottle on flights of this length, and maybe not even that, so the fact that Turkish offer all of this is probably my favourite thing about them. The starter was a tikka flavoured yogurt dip, meatballs with rice plus a tomato chickpea salad for the main, and a sweet mousse for dessert, which tasted a bit like creme caramel. Overall, a satisfying meal. The toilet too was kept pretty clean considering this was at the end of a full flight, and they've added plenty of Turkish branding so you remember what airline you're on.
Open your window blind and stow your footrest. You may use your electronic devices in flight mode.
And after the delayed takeoff, the pilots were able to make up some time at least, so we landed a mere 40 minutes late. For our connecting flight, we had to take the train from the satellite terminal to the D gates. And thanks to some perfect timing, it only took 10 minutes from stepping off the Turkish flight to arriving at our new gate, and that included having to pass through security. So despite the 40-minute late arrival, we were still able to comfortably make our next flight. Now, time for my final thoughts. Turkish's economy product is much better than most European airlines, with the food and seat being highlights. And their newer planes have even better seats. But today's delay and last minute gate change, plus my previous Turkish flight being delayed by 2 hours, and the gruff behaviour of the cabin crew, makes me apprehensive of flying Turkish again. Thanks for watching, and please like and comment if you enjoyed this video. And in the coming weeks I'll be reviewing Lufthansa, Helvetic Airways and Sun Air of Scandinavia. So subscribe if you want to see more.